in all I'm left with is a breeze.
Welcome to the cigar area. I'm Mike Simmons. Tonight, going to be smoking the Hacienda from Warped Cigars. This is a Nicaraguan puro, or a Nicaraguan puro for us less cultured Americans. This is manufactured at the Casa Fernandez factory in Nicaragua. It's quite a beautiful brown, rich, chocolatey. This is the 5.5 by 52 Gran Robusto. This only comes in two sizes, Gran Robusto and Superiores, which is 5 5/8 by 46. Sorry, I had to look away. Couldn't remember all those figures tonight. This bad boy has been in my humidor for probably 10 months. Since last summer. And I have a lot of other warped cigars that I've done, and I kept picking this one up and said, no, I'll do that another time. Well, tonight's the night. This is marketed as a medium body. I've had these before. It's not my first time, but it has been a while since I've smoked one, and oh, I love this new cutter. It's crazy. Wow, that cut nicely. Kind of a sweet, almost flowery nectar kind of taste. Kind of like when you pull one of the flowers off a honeysuckle and get that little bit of fluid in there. It's kind of what that reminded me of. Hopefully this is not a honeysuckle flavor cigar. It's been a long day. That's why I chose this. It's been a long day. I wanted a cigar I could really relax and enjoy with some time with you and talk about it a little bit. Okay, not tasting any flowers or honeysuckles. Very hearty tobacco flavor, hearty tobacco core flavor. Slightest bit of spice on the finish there. Does have a sweetness to it though. Very light. A little hint of leather in there too, but nothing very powerful. That tobacco flavor is the powerful thing. Base core earthy tobacco flavor. Hearty. Not strong though. It's hearty. It's got body but it's not strong. This could develop nicely here. Definitely a sweetness in addition to that earthy tobacco. A little slight bit of leather. Doesn't seem like that leather's going to become too pronounced though. A little bit of spice. Nice spice. Not. It's kind of like a. Reminds me of a red pepper flavor. More than like black pepper or the usual black pepper, white pepper. More like a red. Actually has some taste to it, like a red pepper, like that red pepper you sprinkle on your pizza. Okay, well, I'm going to continue on and check out the first third here and see what develops, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty. Back here with the Hacienda from Warped Cigars. Just about an inch of ash on here. Nice gray and white. This is a nicely rolled cigar, has some weight to it. It's very well packed, there aren't any soft spots in it. I'm going to tap this ash off though, so I don't drop it. The flavor is quite appealing, and it has changed pretty much completely, pretty dramatically from the initial few puffs. There's still a bit of that earthy core to it, but it's got a really nutty kind of taste. It's got some sweetness, like a dark fruit type of sweet, like a raisin sweetness, and it finishes up with a little bit of the nuttiness and a little bit of that spice at this point. Not as much spice as in the initial few puffs I had there, but that red peppery flavored spice kind of sits. It kind of hits the back sides of the tongue on the finish. It lasts for a minute or two, and then it dissipates pretty cleanly. But the nuttiness, I can't really put my finger on what kind of a nut. It's not cashew, it's not almond, it's not a sweet nut like that. It's a more of a, I don't know, almost like a dry peanut type of a nut flavor, and that nice little sweet, dark sweet, fruity kind of undertone. Raisin is the first thing that comes to my mind. It's not strong. It's just very, very mild notes, as they say, of fruitiness in there. Definitely a medium in strength, and medium to, I'd say it's medium to full body as far as the body of the smoke, the abruptness of the flavors. But it's a medium, not too strong. Not gonna scare away a smoker who likes milder cigars, mild to medium. It's very rich, flavorful. It's very nice. Has a light. As soon as you blow the smoke out, kind of a light, almost like a tanginess to it, like a nut. I don't know. It's not. I don't know. Almost like a citrus kind of flavor, but not pronounced. Very. It's right at the initial exhale. It's kind of hard to describe. But it's got a brighter, even though the fruit flavor is kind of dark, kind of deep sweetness. The rest of the flavor is pretty bright. It's that's what I mean. Like when I say nutty, and it's not like cashew or almond. It's not a dark sweet nutty flavor like that. It's a brighter. It's the brighter flavor all around. I don't know what the specifics are as far as the wrapper, binder, filler. I really couldn't find anything, pardon me, on that. Just that it's all Nicaraguan. But it's an interesting. Clearly different from a lot of the other warped cigars I've had. It's really different from the Futuro. It's really different from the Corto. It's different from just about any warped cigar I can think of. But bright is what comes to my mind to describe the flavor profile. It's bright. It's not dark or heavy. It's interesting. I'm going to continue on, see if anything else changes or what progresses with this. It's burning pretty well, and it is really quite tasty. So I'm enjoying this so far. Good, relaxing smoke. Be back shortly. Okay, welcome back to the cigar area with the warped La Hacienda, the estate. A minute or two ago, I lost another good about 1.25 inches of ash. Wish I could have shown that to you, but dropped it on the floor. Oh well. Still have a nice burn. It's mellowed a bit in the middle here. Flavors of that tangy, citrusy, whatever that was, that went away. The earthy core, even more mellow than before. The spice pretty much tapered off. Right now it's just a nice, smooth, mellow, nutty, with that sweet raisiny undertone to it. But it's all calmed down a bit, even more than it was before. I mean, it's just straight across medium now. But it's still very flavorful. It's very rich, kind of mellow at this point. Very nice. Nice relaxing smoke. It's exactly what I was in the mood for. I have so many cigars I want to do reviews on, and sometimes you're in the mood for a certain type of thing. I've been doing some milder cigars lately. And some with less spice. Kind of giving myself a little break here in the evenings. when I do most of these reviews. And during the day, a lot of times I'll smoke a stronger cigars. Sometimes I'll start the morning off with a really strong cigar, or at lunchtime, or on the way home from work. I tend to usually pick more potent ones at that point, and then sometimes in the evening I'm not really no longer in the mood for a really bold cigar. I like something more mellow like this, but something flavorful that's not too mild. But and this was a good choice. I've been looking at this. I have two of the superiors, the other size in this, that I bought recently, but I've just been looking at this over and over and over, and glad I finally picked it up and decided to do it, because I'm really enjoying it. It's good smoke. The finish is sweet now. That dark fruity sweetness carries over into the exhale, especially on the retrohale. It's really nice. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember what it was. But at any rate, I'm going to continue on. You know what? I think maybe I'll take the band off now, in case I get carried away in the final third, which happens sometimes. I think Warped has recently released the Angel's Anvil, the 2016 version. I don't have any devices up with that on, but anxious to try that. But so far I'm really liking this a lot. So I'm going to continue in the final third here, see if anything else changes. Be back in what will seem like no time. Alrighty. Back in the final third of the La Hacienda from Warped Cigars. Flavors pretty much clung on from the second portion. Nice mild earthiness, nuttiness, and that sweet kind of raisiny flavor. Continued on. A little bit more spice came back in the final third, but it did not get stronger. Stayed at medium. Still burning really nice. I remember what I was going to say earlier was about the price point on these. They're about $7 a piece for a single, depending on where you get them. They're $179 or $170 or something like that for a box of 25. So it's a good, let's see, I've been smoking this for about an hour and 40 minutes. So that's a pretty good long smoke for 5.5 inch. summing it all up, this is another 10 in my book. It's a great tasting cigar. Enough complexity in the flavor. The flavors to me were fairly easy to identify. The nuttiness was pretty plain to taste. You could taste there was nutty. You could taste there was a sweet, dark, sweet, fruity kind of flavor to it. You could taste that earthiness. You could taste the spice. Burned like a champ. Lasted a long time. Very well made. Nicely balanced. Didn't get stronger toward the end. Mellowed out in the middle and stayed mellow toward the end, which is nice. All in all, it's a great smoke, great tasting smoke. Would I buy another one? Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, I said I bought 2 of the other size just recently. Warped cigars are cigars I always buy again. I smoke them, and when I run out, I buy more, because I frankly haven't had one yet that I didn't like. So I highly recommend this one. Quite different from the others, as I said. Want something that's not so bold, not so spicy. This is a good choice. It's nice and rich. Nice relaxing smoke. So until next time, I'm Mike Simmons. This is the Cigar Area, and I thank you for tuning in. Check out my other videos on YouTube and on my website, thecigararea.com. Don't forget to enter the contest. Winding down toward the end of the month here. Have a stinky car ashtray. Cup ashtray, fits in your cup holder. It's a hinged lid with a holder on it. It's good for the car. It's even good for a single smoke to sit on a table. So that's coming up, and next month I'll have something completely different. I'm going to be putting some new articles up on the website soon, and you can come on there and click around. There's links to cigar shops and links to music, and I'm thinking about maybe changing the homepage around a little bit, make some changes. It's kind of time consuming. I haven't really had the time to do it, but one of these days. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Until next time, happy smoking.
Darker fish cleave, creamy seas, and all I'm left with is a breeze. Doesn't even reach my knees. There's too much in this world for free. There always have been